What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be showcasing some Shadow Kanto Marowak in the Open Great League. This Pokemon here is one of the most hyper-offensive picks when it comes to Mud Slap users. It has a lot of damage, a lot of great moves, and very strong pacing with Bone Club. And because this Pokemon is so flexible, it's a lot of fun to use. Its only issue is Gourgeist as well as Ice types have been buffed here in the current season, which does give it a little bit of trouble, but it's still very strong and a Pokemon that you have to respect. Really quickly, before we get into the battles, I do want to say if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it, but let's get into the battles and see what this team can do. Marowak into Shadow Malamar. Alright. Does this work in the 2-shield matchup, where I can just, 2-shield farm them down? I'm actually unsure. It's not really looking like it, honestly. Oh, we do land the Bone Club here, which is going to do quite a bit of damage if they let it go, so... Let's see what they do. They do shield that. All right. And I'm just going to bring in Shadow Sableye now. That way, I can kind of just... I mean, potentially here this game, I could line up my Azumarill into that Malamar, and that wouldn't be too bad for us. But I don't get one shot by a Shadow Ball. Or, so they have the Shadow Ball now. Honestly, I'm going to shield this up. I want to save my Sableye if possible. And then dance around a little bit. Alright, Foul Play is not going to quite get a knockout here, unfortunately. But it's fine if it doesn't. All we need at this point is we just need to make sure that we keep Sableye around if possible. Oh, well played, though. I think he went for a Body Slam bait first, right? Which is going to make things a little bit more uncomfortable here. Yeah. We'll go for a catch. I guess we catch a Foul Play on Marowak. I could have come in a Azumarill here, but I didn't know exactly what they were going to do. And we still survive the fast move pressure to get another Bone Club off, right? Yeah. So we save our Sableye here. We can bubble this down with a Azumarill. We might take a Superpower in the process on Azu, but we'll see what they have in the back, right? Alright, they get an attack off here. They built up a lot of energy, but I don't think they're on Hyper Beam. That'd be insane. Big Superpower. Does a little bit of chip damage to us, I suppose. They're at 7 right now. Okay. My Sableye is outside of Air Cutter range at the moment. Eight. This is where they shield. They're not going to do anything other than shield this move, right? And then they're going to need a payback. Yep, big shield. Nice catch attempt there. But, that's so obvious, right? If they're not going to throw a move, then I might as well just overfarm. And now I have a Foul Play, and, a pretty healthy Azumarill there for the backline, so able to get the win there just barely. Alright, we got our next opponent. Marowak into Shadow Mightyena. Okay. Well, I do 2-shield through this, I think, with Marowak, but it'll be interesting to see the backline. Oftentimes you see Wigglytuff in the back. But if it's not Wigglytuff, then my Sableye has more play. But if it is Wigglytuff, as long as my Azumarill's on it, it's not even that bad. They Poison Fang, that's the classic degen maneuver you'd expect from a Mightyena player. So they're at 3. But I can outpace them here. Shield, who would have thought? 4, 5. I guess with that debuff, there is a good chance that they can go for a full farm down against us in the 2-shield. Oh, maybe it's a Simul. Oh, it's actually just a farm down for them. Okay. This is so annoying. I don't know who I want to bring in. I'm going to bring in Sableye, I guess, because I feel like Sableye is less useful. Because it's likely a Wigglytuff in the back. Okay, well, it's not a Wigglytuff yet, at least. They brought in a Bastion to my Sableye, which is... Oh, man. That's not a good sign. It's gotta be Wigglytuff, right? Maybe it's a Ghost type, but they would have brought that in here, right? Unless it's a Sableye. I'm trying to make sense of this team, and it's not working for the life of me. Hydro Pump would have been nice here, but at least we're chipping this down. Stone Edge hurts. Okay. So they're at a Stone Edge +1 right now. Play Rough is going to add up a little bit against them, but the problem is it's not going to two-shot him or anything here, so it's not like I really even want to shield. Dude, what are they farming for at this point? That's what I want to know. Are they just going to try to farm us down? I don't think they can. There's still, like, maybe hope, like, okay, what if it's, like, a Talonflame in the back line? Would that be playable at all? I need to Shadow Claw this down in Power Gem, which could be possible, but I think they'd just swap if it's a Talon. It needs to be something I one-shot with my Sableye, and I don't think there's a lot of things in the game. It's probably just Wigglytuff. It's probably just Wigglytuff, and they just came in here just for fun. Oh. It's a Toedscruel? I'll give them credit where credit's due. This is more degen than usual for this team. For Mightyena teams. They don't even have a fighting-type counter. Oh my goodness, that was so toxic. Alright. Alright, got our next battle. Marowak into... Marowak, okay. Mutually Assured Destruction. Let's see how this plays out. I know that I have an Azumarill in the backline that would rather see this Pokemon, but it's not like it's a hard counter, right? And my Mudslaps here are going to add up quite a bit. Who wins CMP? Looks like it's me, actually. That's not bad to know. Did they go for the shield here? Or not? They do shield. Alright. I know there's, like, some situations where you can no-shield this and get your next move off, but it's a little bit dicey, so I'm just going to shield that up to make sure. Oh, their Marowak is like, how do they lose CMP and they're lower on HP than I am? I don't know. Alright, this will probably get a shield? Yeah. Are they going to try to slap us down? I don't think they can they? No. I'm fine with this. We'll get a shield advantage for our Shadow Sableye, and that's generally a pretty good thing to have. We'll take a Bone Club on Azumarill, but I'm fine with that, because Azumarill here is pretty bulky. We'll get 2 Bubble Energy Lead as well, just in case we need to get to a Play Rough or Ice Beam against whatever they bring in. But Marowak teams generally can have annoying Pokemon in the backline, you know, like such as Carbink. Why would he bring in Carbink into Azumarill? What would that mean in the back? They're at 8 right now, so they have a Rock Slide after 1 more. They're 4 away from a Moonblast. See what they do, I guess. It could be like an Annihilate in the back, I don't know. But I'm kind of fine with how this is playing out, where I can get another Play Rough off in a second here, and then swap in Sableye, and start building up energy. No debuff, that's good. I swear, if it's a Wigglytuff in the backline, I will not be happy. It definitely could be, though. I could see it. I could see it. Well, they're not swapping yet. I could snipe them down here, but I think having like 20 Shadow Claw energy lead on my Sableye is pretty good in most situations, so I'm just gonna go here for the shield and see what they bring in. Yeah, I mean, that's not unplayable, right? That's pretty good to see. My Azumarill even can get some nice bubble damage into this if I need to. I'll get 3 more Shadow Claws here. The one scary thing is they'll get a lot of Mud Slap damage, and maybe the Carbink is healthy enough here to still put in some work. But I think 1 bubble might just be enough here. So if 1 bubble knocks out, and I'm not in range of like a Mud Slap plus 6 Rock Throws, I should be fine. Oh boy, I actually take 2 Mud Slaps. I might get Rock Thrown down here. I actually do. DRE? DRE. Let's go. Okay, never mind. We have this under control. Not even close. Ice Beam gets the knockout, and we win the game. Just as Niantic intended. Oh no, we got Xylis now. Is he still running his Lucario team? No, of course not. He's running Flapple. That's not great. I don't know what this thing does. Alright, so we're getting Xylis right now. We're getting absolutely Xylis at the moment. This is so bad. Maybe we get a shield on what could be a Dazzling Gleam. But I don't think Xylus ever shields this. I think I might be getting RPS'd into oblivion by Xylus. Maybe we get a shield here. But honestly, they probably survive this still. And it's not like I have a way to deal with that Flapple no matter what happens. He just survives. That's so bad for me. We'll bring in Azu here. Dude, what does Flapple do? Is it on Seed Bomb? Like, Dragon Breath Seed Bomb would make sense, I guess? We take a foul play on Azu. Dude, no shot. I mean, this thing's kind of squishy. Maybe there's play. Maybe it doesn't have Seed Bomb, you know? And then I can just outpace. What do you know? Seed Bomb. Imagine getting RPS'd by, like, two of the spiciest Pokemon in the meta, then just a random Jellicent. Imagine that happening. That is what's happening to me right now. I mean, maybe we get a shield here from the Bone Club. It could happen. I actually do, but I don't think that really matters much for us. I think I much rather would have had that knock him out. He just outpaces me to a Seed Bomb. I mean, I have to shield this. I have to, like, hope that somehow he doesn't get a Seed Bomb right now. But, like, yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't think there's really much I could have done this game. I'll be thinking about that one for a while, but it's just RPS with a different flavor to it. Alright, next battle. No more Flapples, please. That would be crazy. Okay, there we go. That's a good lead. And honestly, our whole team is playing to this, so we should be in a pretty good spot here. They come in Guzzlord into us. And while I guess I don't get a Brutal Swing catch-off, I think I'm still very fine with this situation. I don't need Switch inherently against Doublade, and they might not even be on Sludge Bomb, but if you're save-swapping a freaking Guzzlord, you probably are, yeah. Alright. I could care less if this is a Sludge Bomb. I survive it, right? Azu's pretty bulky. I don't know why they'd Brutal Swing me there, but fine by me, I guess. Honestly, I don't want to give... I mean, this probably still knocks out, even with, like, a bit of an undercharge here. I didn't want to give that Doublade a huge farm down, but it's fine. We have a lot of energy on Marowak, and we don't get knocked out here unless they go for a Sacred... or a Gyro Ball, that is. We're at 8. Could be another dragon in the back. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I would imagine they're going to go for a Sacred Sword and probably undercharge it quite a bit. Yeah, we're not going to give them a farm down here. They want that, don't they? Okay, that's very fine to see, honestly. Our team's a little bit soft to opposing Azumarill, but honestly, like, not even. Because Azumarill is not great into Marowak, and it's really not great into Sableye. Shadow Claw damage is going to add up, and so are Power Gems, so we'll see what they want to do. We get a shield pretty early on. 7. Alright, so they're at maybe a Hydro Pump, but they would never throw that. It's either Ice Beam or Play Rough coming through. Ice Beam, okay. They're at 10, so 5, I guess, after the Ice Beam. They have the next Ice Beam ready to go. But we should be very fine here. As I said, the Power Gems are going to do a lot. Or get a shield. I could see them going for a swap out into Doublade now. They do win CMP against us here, but that's fine. I keep saying that's fine, but it's just fine, right? It's just fine. It's just fine. Because we should be able to come in Marowak now. Let's slap this down, and then go for double Bone Club against the Azumarill. And Sacred Sword's not going to put us into bubble down range. Yeah, big Sacred Sword. We survive that. And as long as they're not too away here from an Ice Beam, then there's not much they can do against us. We have back-to-back Bone Clubs ready to go. They tried their best, honestly, this game. There's not a lot that I think they could have done aside from, you know, what they did do here to win this game. It's just that Doublade was in a very awkward spot against a Marowak and a Sableye. And we get the finish off of this game with a Marowak sweep. Nice. All right, next game. Marowak into Ninetales. All right. I don't love this lead, if I'm being honest. I'm going to swap into a Azumarill here and try to see what they're going to do. Whoa. They bring in a Primeape here into my Azumarill. That is... I don't think I've seen that before. I just need to get a shield advantage, I think. Or, I mean, honestly, if I knock this out too, that could be good. See what they're going to do here, because they're down energy in this matchup, which is not amazing for them. Okay, we get a shield there. And it's not like my two Ninetales weaknesses are even that bad into Ninetales once I end up getting shields down, or a shield advantage. I think I survive the next Rage Fist here. I'm going to no-shield this. There's a good chance here they're going to try to catch a move on Ninetales, because I have the Ice Beam right now, right? So I'm going to overfarm and go for the Play Rough, just in case. And this should get a shield or a knockout. I would assume a shield, though, right? Yeah, I'm going to swap here to my Sableye. Sableye should be able to just now outpace that Ninetales. It's a +3 attack. I have to shield this up, obviously. If they stay in here, then I'll have to throw a move. If not, then I'll throw a Power Gem. Oh, wow. They come back in Ninetales, actually. So they clear their boost on that Primeape. Which I guess is really good for us, actually, because now they might even be in Mud Slap downrange. Alright, Power Gem here. That should get the knockout. It's super effective, Shadow into Shadow. I see no world in which this Ninetales does not just get one-shot by this. And I think we have enough energy. If they do come back in with that Primeape, we can foul play them. Oh, it's a Gastro in the back. Okay. That's fine. We still force a Water Pulse out of them here. And then my Marowak should be able to close out the game. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Oh, I even get a second foul play off. Okay, that's fine, I guess. It's not like Water Pulse one-shots my Marowak, right? So we should just fast move them down now and win the game. Yeah. I have my Azumarill. I have another Shadow Claw I can get against them too, so they need not only this Water Pulse, but another Body Slam, and then they need to Mud Slap through the rest of my team. It's not going to happen. Nice. Okay. That was honestly a really bad lead, but luckily the backline wasn't super bad for us, so we were able to come back from it. Got another opponent. Okay. Let's see. Marowak into Astro. Okay. Well, Battle of the Mud Slappers, I guess. This is a little bit awkward because they have Water Pulse that can one-shot us here. And they can also just go, like, double Body Slam if they want to in the zeros. And either way they play it out, it's not amazing for Marowak, but I can neutralize a lot of what this Pokemon can do. And maybe at some point I could try to catch on my Azumarill if I really want to. We'll see. We caught something. Let's see if they're a greedy player and they go for a bait, or if I just caught a Water Pulse. They go for Body Slam. Okay, I'm glad I didn't stay in there. So they're at 2. Oh, okay. Basty comes in. Whatever. Mud Slap plus Basty. A tail as old as time. I'm kind of happy that I drained the energy here from that Gastro, though. And that my Azu, it might have Hydro Pump. Maybe we get a shield, right? I doubt it. But either way, they can't get to back-to-back attacks here. I should be able to store a Play Rough and then swap back into my Marowak and build up even more energy there. Alright, they go for an attack here. Likely going to be a Stone Edge, unless they're psychotic and are running Flash Cannon or something. But we'll just swap out, get some Mud Slap damage against them. If they go for the Flamethrower, we're just going to shield it up. They're one away from a move on that Gastrodon right now. So keep that in mind. If they bring in Gastro, I should probably throw immediately. Actually, okay, I guess they're at the move. Great counting by me. I know I sort of have a Body Slam, though. I guess they must have overfarmed by 1 before swapping out, which makes sense. But I have the Bone Club ready to go. And at this point, I should be able to Shadow Claw this down. I have a Play Rough on my Azumarill, too. Do I get 2 Mud Slaps here? I do. Which hopefully puts them... Oh, I get 3. Which definitely puts them into Shadow Claw downrange. I think they're still 1 away from a Body Slam, so no matter what, they're not going to reach that attack. No Wigglytuff. Honestly, their team could have a Wigglytuff in the back right now. They've had a pretty fun and engaging team so far. It's a Licky Licky is the third. All right. What do we want to do here? Because they have a Shadow Ball. They're one past the Shadow Ball even. Well, they have 100 energy right now. I don't know what to do. Okay, well, they go for the swap out at the same time as me, which is probably a pretty good play for them. I should have stayed in. But this Basti is getting so low at this point. And they're at 100 energy on that Licky Licky, right? So it's not like they can get a farm down here anyway. Or at least not a meaningful one. And as long as I'm outside of Shadow Ball range, then I should be able to win this by landing a couple more bubbles and then foul playing the Licky. But it's going to be really close, a lot closer than I'd like it to be. Alright, what do they do here? They gave us a full sneak, and that's good, but Shadow Ball's still going to hurt, right? Can I get my foul play off? That's the million-dollar question. Do I reach the foul play here? They give us another sneak, not that that one matters, because they still only land one more rollout against us, but does Shadow Ball plus one rollout get the knockout? It does not. We have the foul play. We knock out the Licky Licky, and we destroy the the D-Gen team. So many D-Gen teams today, I don't understand it. People need to stop using these Pokemon. Gastro, Licky Licky, Basti. I'm sure they're having fun. Alright, next game. Marowak into Abomasnow. Alright, well, that's not great. We'll see what we can do with our Sableye safe swap here. Seeing a lot of grass types recently in the Go Battle League. Maybe being ABA weak to grass type damage was less good of an idea. But I don't know. We can still play this out. Because Weather Ball here would do a lot, but my Sableye should be able to get a shield back from them in just a second. Looks like that was a CMP on a Weather Ball. I think they probably either knock us out or come close to it. I'd probably survive a Weather Ball. I'm going to no-shield this. And then, if they want to swap, they can be my guest. If they want to stay in and I get a foul play off against them, that's pretty good. I bet it's like Jealous and Sableye in the backline for them. Because they're not swapping out, right? It seems like they're a little bit strong against my team so far. Dream. Okay. I'll just bring in a Azumarill. I can survive an Energy Ball here. It will hurt, but it's not going to one-shot us. They're dry now. The big question is now going to be, do they try to make a catch here at some point? I just want to go for the instant Ice Beam. I want this Pokemon out of here if possible. Is this enough to knock out, though? It's a non-stab Ice Beam from an Azumarill, so there's a chance they survive. They do not. Okay. It's a Jealous into the backland. Who would have thought? That's not great. Not at all. But honestly, they let us get a Play-Rough off, and that is... It's slightly helpful. Like, maybe it's a Stunfisk is the final Pokemon, you know? And that could be good. They're 3 away from their next Surf, I believe. Actually, are they? Well, they Surf here, which is annoying, actually. I hope that they're still 3 away from their next Surf, but I don't think a Bone Club knocks them out here. That was actually kind of a heads-up Surf into the Azum. Gastro. If it was a Eufisk in the back, I still would have lost, because I think that Jellicent sweeps me, but it would have been... It might have been playable. Alright, next game here. We're going to see Marowak into the Togekiss. Well, that's not a good lead. Not a good lead at all. We'll swap into Sableye and see what they want to do. I mean, there's no charge attack pressure here, right? So, this is fine by me. Well, I guess there's charge attack pressure if you build up to 7. Yeah. And there's a Pangoro in the backline. We should survive a Night Slash from this range. And, I mean, at least we did some nice chip damage to him earlier. 8. So he's at back-to-back Night Slashes right now. I'd love to be able to swap here, but I don't think I can. So I'm just going to let this go. I probably should have thrown a move here against him just to put him into potentially bubble down range. But I was so indecisive on what I wanted to do there. I didn't know what would be the right play, and I just ended up making no play. Alright, we can take another move here, but Azumarill has, I think, way too much work to do this game. There's no way that I can sweep this, right? A close combat, alright. At least maybe I can bubble down. Not easily, that's for sure. Why did I come back in here? I don't know. I was hoping to get a Mud Slap sneak at the very least. But now he just pecks us down. No! Core Breaker Central, this game. I mean, if I shield this, at least I see the third Pokemon. And that's a win, in my book. I wouldn't be surprised with a Ufisk. Rock Slide should get a knockout. Honestly, they could just let this go, too, if they are confident that they don't need their Togekiss anymore. Yeah. They could even come back in Pangoro to Karate Chop down without taking a move. Yeah. Ice Beam, just to see the third. Just to see how bad it is for me. I mean, kind of playable, but not at that point. Alright, next battle. Pangoro. Last game destroyed us. But, okay, Shadow Caesar lead. Not bad. Not bad. Like, it's playable, at least. I do have to use a lot of shields against this, but I can whittle this Pokemon down quite a bit. And that will make it so my Azumarill doesn't have to deal with this Pokemon, quite as much. With that said, there's always a chance when you see a Caesar that they could be running a Bastiodon in the back. I've seen a couple of those teams in the past. And I wouldn't be all that surprised to see it here. It could be Azu Basti backline, and if that's the case, I'd be in a pretty bad spot shielding this up. But there's a lot of other things that could still be in the backline too, so I'm going to shield this, and hope that it's not going to be one of those really annoying team comps. What is this? Licky Licky? Okay. I'll save the energy here. I think it could still be Basti, honestly. But we'll see. It could also be like a Sableye. It could be a Ghost type of any kind. I save a lot of energy on my Marowak, though, and that should be helpful. And they're stalling the switch clock. 9, 10. Alright, so there are 2 past a Shadow Ball here. They're at 6, I guess, right now. It could be double Body Slam 2 being thrown right now. Let's see. Shadow Ball is doing quite a bit of damage to us here. I don't know if I survive the next one. We'll see. We do land the move. 3, 4. Okay. If I survive this, I get my play rough off, and that would be pretty helpful. If I get knocked out here, so be it. I survive, because Azu is remarkably bulky, believe it or not. Very bulky Pokemon. But what's their final Pokemon going to be? Because they did not want me to have my Azumarill locked into it. Interesting, it's a Jellicent. Okay. Well, I have a lot of energy on my Marowak, and I should be able to get a foul play off here pretty easily. Maybe even 2 if I can survive the Shadow Ball well enough. But we'll see. Alright, they go for the Shadow Ball. We do survive that. I probably could get to 2 foul plays here. But I don't know if I want to risk that, when I know I can bring in my Marowak here and probably get to 2 Bone Clubs instead. Yeah. We have the back-to-back. Hopefully this is enough. If they hex us down, that could be bad. But I don't think they will. I think I survive this hex here, and I either get a Mud Slap through, or I just knock him out with this move. Yeah, nice. Alright, a little bit of a close game there. Luckily, I guess saving the energy on Marowak was a good idea. It wasn't really the team comp I thought it was going to be. I thought for sure it was going to be more like, I don't know, a Basti or something, or an Azumarill, but Jellicent, I guess, makes sense too. And there we go, a 3-2 set, so again, not too bad here. Gets us up Just over 2,800. Okay, nice. Shadow Kanto Marowak is so much of an all-or-nothing kind of Pokemon. You have to double shield it a lot of the time, but it has really good coverage, really good damage output. Its only problem, as I said, a few more picks in the meta right now are a little bit trickier for it to deal with, but it's still so strong, and I think this team did work out pretty well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.